Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having a water, and tonight I'll be reviewing Mine to Have by Ashley J. Ecks. This is a book I received as an ARC from Book Siren, but of course I'm giving my honest opinion. These are the tropes, and these are the content warnings. Unfortunately, I did have to DNF this book at 70%, but we'll get into that. First, what's this book about? So this book is about Lily, who is looking for a fresh start. Unfortunately, life hasn't been the easiest. In fact, it's been really cruel at times for her. So she's looking for a new start in a new city with a new apartment and new job. But unfortunately, it also has a new monster coming into her life. It seems she now has a stalker, and at first she hates everything about him. But as things progress, she starts to realize he might not be the threat she originally thought him to be. And in fact, he might just be a companion. And in fact, she's had worse monsters in her life. Now, from Monster's perspective, everything was going according to plan, especially with his new treatment plan. That is until a new bird caught his eye and now he just has to have her. So the question becomes, will a love formed between a stalker and his prey be enough to pull the monster back from the brink? So what are my thoughts? Again, I did DNF this at 70%. Now, I will admit I didn't fully connect with this book, but there was enough going on and enough twists that I was really curious how it was going to end. After all, I made it to 70%. But when I got to 68%, there was one scene that happened that made me uncomfortable. Now, I read the full scene to make sure I understood what was going on, and when I was done, I was just uncomfortable because I found a trigger that was not listed on the trigger list. And when I read it, I was just like, nope, this just isn't for me. I'm uncomfortable. So at that point, I did choose to DNF it. Now, I will admit, I read some dark stuff, but that doesn't mean I don't have triggers or things that I just don't enjoy reading. It's why I pay close attention to trigger lists and synopsis to make sure I'm comfortable with what I'm about to read, or at least mentally prepared for what I'm about to read. So when I came across this, even though I've read it in other books, because I was not prepared, I didn't want to finish the book, so I DNF'd it. But after that, because I take trigger lists very seriously, it's why I post them in my video so people are aware of what they're going to come across if they choose to read these books. I decided to email the author. I emailed her saying, hey, I found this in your book. It's not really listed under your trigger list. This is what I think it would fall under. And finding it and not having listed, I was made uncomfortable, so I'm not going to finish the book. This was the best response I could have gotten from an author. She said, I'm sorry I made you uncomfortable. That is never my intention. I thank you for your feedback, and I will be adding it to my content list or my trigger list so future readers are aware of what they're going to come across. That is the best response I could have gotten, and I really appreciate it. And it's because of that response that I will definitely be paying attention to this author and their future releases to see if there's any that I feel comfortable reading. Now, if you would like to give this book a try, it will be available November 20th. Definitely give it a try if it's something you're comfortable with, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.